Money Morning Live. Hope you guys just enjoyed your time with Nick Black and Brandon. Of course, Digital Heavyweights is on its way towards 1,000 members. Get yourselves involved. Be part of what's going on over there. Big things to come. But we're talking about more than just that today. We have Tom Gentile here, also focusing on cryptocurrencies this week with some offers that you're going to want to hear about. So let's bring in Tom. Let's do it in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Welcome to the end of, the unofficial end of summer. We're now here, first trading day. Well, not first trading day, but first full trading week of September. Kind of a short week, though. I hope everyone had a great Labor Day holiday. I certainly did. We'll get into that and much more here in a moment. But for the next 2 days, where I'm with you during this 12 o'clock time frame, I'm going to be discussing a two-part series that I call State of the Crypto Markets. Right? Today, I'm going to talk about part one. I'm going to talk about Ethereum. I'm going to jump over Bitcoin. We're going to talk about Ethereum. We'll talk about the technicals, the latest trends, the latest news, ETH 2.0. And I also want to talk about something I do once a year, which is my Crypto Wealth Bootcamp. That's actually starting next week. So, Eric, let's go ahead and put that link up on the board right now. A lot of people have been asking about this. All right, we put it out last week, and several of you have already joined. And for those of you kind of wondering, what is Tom doing? What do I do in this once a year event? I'm going to cover that as well here before we are done today. So, first of all, Eric, how was your long weekend?
Oh, the weekend was nice, Tom. It was, it was a holiday weekend. We had all the barbecues, literally every day, barbecues with friends, which was really nice. It's been a long time with the move and everything. Things have been crazy, but we just took some time to relax, enjoy some time. How about yourself? And by the way, I love the idea of this boot camp because some people, they need to be kicked around a little bit to get themselves into the right places to make some money, Tom. And I'm happy that you're ready to do it. How was your weekend, though?
Man, it was crazy. It was crazy, and I didn't go spend it in St. Bart's, or I didn't go spend where a lot of the Wall Streeters go.
Mm-hmm.
I stayed right here in Florida. In fact, my weekend started off with a trip to Costco. So my wife and I ended up going to Costco, and lo and behold, throw this picture up here that I sent you. So I ran into one of my followers, Glenn. Let me tell you the story real quick. We go to Costco. How many of you have been to Costco and you forgot your Costco membership card? They're not going to let you in the door. They're worse than bouncers. So my wife had to go in through the outdoor and get a new card while I stood out there and waited with the carts, because the carts are like gold on Labor Day weekend. There just isn't enough of them. And I'm sitting there waiting for her. I lose her in just a sea of people coming out. And lo and behold, some guy and his wife, this guy, comes out, he goes, "Tom Gentile!" And I'm like, holy shit, who is that? and it sounded like, I don't know if you are a fan of the Chappelle series. You ever seen this?
Oh, yeah, Dave Chappelle, of course.
Yeah, do you remember when he was doing Rick James and he goes, "Charlie Murphy"?
Yeah.
That's what it reminded me. I'm like, whoa. I was, I got my hands up, I'm ready to block. And he's like, "Hey, man." And so he started talking. He's one of our members that does a lot of the stuff that we do. And he was raving about quantum. He goes, "You know what you're really hitting on? You know what you're hitting on?" And this guy was amped up. And I said, "What's that?" He goes, "Quantum." He goes, "You were killing it with quantum." And so, but he asked me the same thing. He goes, "What's this boot camp you're doing in a week? What's this boot camp you're doing on September 12th? And I told him, "Hey, you know what? I know you're on the way out the door with food." And I met him and his wife. It's fantastic. Take a picture with me real quick. I'm going to throw you on the next session, and I'll tell you about the boot camp on Monday and Tuesday, or Tuesday, Wednesday. So here we are. A lot of fun. We had parties kind of the same way you did. It was just an outdoor. It was madness. It was outdoor madness. I'm sure a lot of the folks that are watching right now, whether you're with me live on Monday morning, whether you're with me on YouTube, whether you're catching us on the replay, probably had some fun going on over the holiday weekend. And I want to say happy belated Labor Day to each and every one of you. So, hey, that's it. Let's go ahead and get to work, Eric.
Sounds good to me, Tom. Let's do it.
All right. So the big news, and I'm sure Nick Black talked about this as well, the big news that's happening here. The latest catalyst is Ethereum 2.0, and not only what it's causing prices to do with ETH, but there's some proxies going up as well. We're going to talk about that. I want to talk about the market that never sleeps. And so let's start with this chart that I have on the screen right now, Eric. This is straight out of Coinbase. All right, not straight out of Compton, but straight out of Coinbase. You got Ethereum USD. I just snapped this before we went live. It's trading around 1661. It was up over 4%, but it was up much more than that not too long ago. And this is liftoff since about 4 o'clock this morning. And so you see about 6 a.m. We bottomed out down there around 1550, 1560. And all of a sudden, here we are up 100, 150 later as we got into the 11 o'clock hour. And so what is going on with Ethereum? If you haven't figured it out, let's throw some news topics up. Eric, take it away.
Oh, well, thank you, Tom. I appreciate my time in the spotlight here. So these are a bunch of things that are going on when you search up Ethereum. Like they just spoke about on the previous show as well, there's going to be a lot of hype around this. It's going to be some trading action. Ethereum jumped 6% ahead of the Bellatrix upgrade merge event. We have open interest in Ethereum goes all-time high as the merge gets near. Hackers stole Ethereum's worth $185,000 from Bill Murray after an NFT charity. DeFi Grant Ave stops loaning Ethereum ahead of Ethereum merge. Traders bet on GMX tokens as proxy for Ethereum Layer 2 solution. And will Ethereum go up after the merge? That sounds like a lot of things going on, a lot of hype going on around Ethereum, which could lead to some good things for it.
There is the two big things that poke out. Let's talk about the hacker with Bill Murray. So Bill Murray did a charity where he was auctioning off an NFT, and this was I think Beer with Bill was the NFT he was auctioning off, and it drew in $185,000. And so now, did they steal it from Bill Murray? No, they actually stole it from the charity. But what was interesting was this is always one of those feel-good stories where you see this and you're like, wow, this is terrible. And it concerns people about security of tokens. And that's why you should always have your tokens. I think Coinbase is one of the best places to store tokens. I've tried to be hacked several times through Coinbase, and they've done a fantastic job of keeping the hackers at bay. But the feel-good story is the runner-up. So they had about 60 bids on this thing, and the runner-up actually ended up staking or gifting $185,000 back to the charity, so that the charity could actually benefit from this, because that was a charitable auction. The other one is if you take all 5 of these others and put it together, people are starting to go in and try to grab that buy the rumor, sell the news effect that we know is happening now with ETH. So it looks like the merge, and this is a moving target, folks, but it looks like the merge is scheduled to happen sometime next week, which is fantastic because it's right when my boot camp is happening. I didn't put the boot camp on the middle of September because I was trying to hit that moving target. But the middle of September represents not so much Ethereum, but also what's going on with Bitcoin, and also what's going on with several coins. As we head into mid-September, there's a lot of really interesting things that are happening there. So let's get to some of the bad news first. All right, I want to talk about the bad news. And the bad news I want to talk about is what the price of Ethereum has been doing last 300 days. So I've got a 300-day chart up here, Eric, and this is Ethereum down 73% from its all-time highs. If you remember, you go back to November of last year. That's when Ethereum was hitting that 4,800 level. And we dropped out of the green zone. Folks see the green zone there. And let me toggle on here and put the red mouse in play. So you got the green zone, which took us down below 3,400. And then this area is our cautionary area. And then we've got the red zone, which we're currently in with Ethereum. But if you go from top to bottom, from the extreme high in the 4,800 area to the extreme low below 1,000, and we're able to snapshot what we call Fibonacci ratios. Now, this isn't anything that's proprietary to me. Anybody with some decent software can snap Fibonacci levels. This is kind of the high level stuff we look at as to where has it been to give us ideas of where it's going. All right. So, but we are still in that. When you look at the 300-day chart, we're still in the bear market category. But let's shave this in half. Let's look at the 150-day chart. 150-day chart looks like this. High on Ethereum, 3,500. Low, still below 1,000. But look what's happened. We came back up and we hit the 38% retracement, pulled back from it. And since then, we're sitting right above 1,600. In fact, we had this, I pulled these charts late last week. And since then, we've had a nice little up run. Are we going to get a higher, say, here's your low. Here's a higher low. Is this going to become a higher low that could present an opportunity for a higher high? I believe with Ethereum 2.0 coming online, this is exactly what could happen. Now, let's cut this in half one more time. And I want to share with you the 75-day chart. It's kind of like if you take a piece of broccoli, Eric, big old piece of broccoli. And if you take off a piece, it's a smaller piece of broccoli with the little branches and the buds. And you can even take another piece off. So what we've done is we've taken the big broccoli head and we pulled off a smaller head. And now we pulled off an even smaller head of broccoli, calling it the 75-day ETH chart. Here's your low, just below 1,000. But now what's happened is in the last 75 days, we've gone bottom to top, where we've gone, really that low was below 900. And the high came in just below 2,000 before pulling back. And so we saw a double in Ethereum from June 18th to around the 13th of August. And then after that, we started to see the little bit of a pullback. Now, we've remained above the 1372 area, which was the low we like to look for when we're seeing markets create this higher low, higher high scenario. So as you can see there, this is clearly showing us where's the next level likely to be. So
looks like we lost Tom for a second.
What do we see as far as the potential move to the upside? Anywhere from 2450 up to 3350. All right, it gets us back to get out of the long-term red zone, right? Now, if you look here, 2450 puts us really more close to the top of the area that I call the cautionary area, gets us very close to the green area. In fact, the green area is 2550. So if we were to throw this right down the middle, 2450 to 2550, 2500 is a round number target that we can easily all see by looking at these two charts. What does the short-term chart tell us? The short-term chart tells us that if we're looking at this 1,000-point move from 1,000 to 2,000, and we've pulled back roughly 500 points, 600 points, that tells us that next move, we could go from it looks like the 1450 area, go up 1,000 points, all right, because that was the first extension. We could see an equal extension. There are 100% extensions do occur, and they occurred in volatile markets, and this is a volatile market. Puts us right up there in that 2450, 2500 area. So when you look at all three of these charts technically together, it's all telling us that 2500 is the next level that we're looking to see on Ethereum. Now, a lot of that, again, has to do with that catalyst we were talking about, which was ETH 2.0. So we know sometime next week, Ethereum is going to upgrade to the ETH 2.0, or the merge, as they call it, where Ethereum becomes Ethereum 2.0. Now, what does that all mean? All right, I don't have the time to get into it, but bullet points are, we're looking more at proof of stake versus proof of work, meaning that staking crypto is going to be more the norm instead of mining crypto, at least in Ethereum. Staking takes less energy, faster transaction speeds, and less costs. We know that as well. Circulating supply. So circulating supply with Ethereum, some of you know this and some of you don't, is that Ethereum is currently getting burned off at the tune of a little less than about 1.5% per year. That doesn't sound like much, but it's taking away from the overall pool. As you take away from the overall pool, what happens? You have less supply and less supply turns usually, if you have less supply and you have the same demand, less supply and same demand, folks, basically means arbitrarily higher prices. That's just the way the market works. How do you see them? What happens for a market to go higher? You either get more demand, you get less supply, or you get a combination of both. And we're getting a combination of both right now. I mean, as you see what's happened with Ethereum, even just in the last few days, we're starting to get the buyers coming back in because now that Labor Day weekend's out of the way, what's going on in the markets? Markets have fallen off a little bit this morning, but Ethereum is holding up the crypto markets rather well as we come into the lunch hour. So you've got that happening. Big banks are buying in, right? So we're seeing big banks, and I'm talking about banks outside of Goldman Sachs are buying in, and investment firms outside of Blackstone are buying in. So what can we expect with the merge? Well, what we can expect is a couple of things. We're starting to see setups. Not only is Ethereum moving higher, Bitcoin's kind of the caboose right now, Eric. I don't know if you're seeing that, but I am. I mean, if you take a look at Bitcoin today, we were flat to slightly down, with Ethereum up 4%.
I did see the same thing, Tom. I did.
And that's a couple of things. You know, there's a little bit less interest in Bitcoin, but the other thing that we're seeing is Bitcoin sold and Ethereum bought. So there's a transfer. People are transferring their Bitcoin into Ethereum, and that's causing that part of that to happen. The other thing we're seeing is things like Ethereum Cash. There's a couple of other ones out there are right now becoming proxies for Ethereum 2.0, more so than Ethereum. And so, you know, like I think I saw ETC up somewhere near 15% today, because people are looking at Ethereum Cash. They're trying to say, how can I get in and kind of have that Ethereum 2.0 in the next week before it even launches? And so that's where you're seeing folks go in and buying into coins that are called proxy coins for Ethereum 2.0. There are other ones out there, but Ethereum Cash is the one that caught my eye because everyone I know that knows Ethereum knows that Ethereum Cash is also a product as well. It's been around for quite some time. Now, how do I trade all this? Because yes, I buy. I'm a holder of Bitcoin. Yes, I'm a holder of Ethereum. But I also like to trade the smaller microcurrencies. And so I take a three-pronged approach to this, guys. What I do is I just showed you what we do with Fibonacci's. So I look at trend low, trend high. And like I said, you look at the 300-day, we're going from high to low. You look at the 150-day with Ethereum, we're going from high to low. But if you look at the 75-day, we've now turned and we've gone low to high. So I look for those buy zones to happen. And we're right now in that buy zone area for Ethereum, okay? But this is not the only thing I'm looking for, right? We have something called currency waves, which we're able to go and back test on. And each we don't have a currency wave, one currency wave that meets all cryptos. Each cryptocurrency has its own fingerprint, if you will, or optimal currency wave that it works with. So we're looking various currency waves on various microcurrencies. And so what they are basically two moving averages, but we also look at the depth of the trend, the depth of the cross, right? Again, all of this stuff is great, but what we do is we're able to backtest this and validate it. So when you see Ethereum down to the numbers that you saw, that 73%, okay? We're up. I was actually looking at our microcurrency trader. We're up this year with the markets down as heavy as they are. I think we're up about 40, maybe 38, 40% return on investment on our closed positions. And we're batting a little bit more than 70% win-to-loss ratio. That's not bad when you see the markets falling like they are. But one of the biggest things we use in our software, in our arsenal of tools, folks, is what we call darknet and channel stacking. Darknet and channel stacking will go out there and it will find long-term, intermediate, short-term trend channels. And when they all stack together, like for instance, here's your long-term channel coming to support. Here's your intermediate term wiggle coming to support. Here's the propulsion or the short-term channel coming down. When we get multiple channel signals coming together, that gives us buying opportunities. It's what's given us those returns like 324% on Binance in 15 months. You can see the numbers. I'm not going to go through them, but you got Allegro, Chainlink, NewCipher, Numera. I mean, we had, oh my God, 1,000%. And that's actually on a coin, which is symboled OMG, a MISGO, in 11 months. So I'm not in with the smaller coins as a buy and hold trader. I'm in as an actual trader itself, as myself. When I go in, I have targets. I go in immediately knowing where I want to target out. Guys, it's the software that I'm using. And what we're seeing right now is why I'm going in and I'm adding 100K to my portfolio. All right. 100K of US dollars. I'm going to be investing next week into crypto, starting it on September 12th. You want to be a part of it? Then here's what we're doing. All right. So I do this once a year. This one's called my 2022 Crypto Bootcamp. And so my Crypto Bootcamp looks like this. We're going to be doing on the 12th, the 13th, the 14th, and the 15th. We're going to be doing 4 days of personalized instruction. I'm actually doing the whole thing myself. I'll have my team with me to help support the room. But we're going to be doing this in a closed session for a small group of people. This is going to have live trades in it. I'll be picking a coin or a cryptocurrency trade per day. I'm going to show you exactly how we got it. All right. I'm going to go through the software and we're going to show you the buy signals, how we came up with those. I'm going to place the order in my Coinbase account, or another. I may pop up another cryptocurrency account, and we're going to do that live. And I'm also going to give everyone in the room a head start. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do, and then I'm going to start the clock. I'm going to wait 60 seconds, and I'm going to go in and do it live with you. And then we're going to together put in the targets. So it's partly about the cryptocurrencies that I'm getting involved in, and even crypto stocks, but it's also part of this we're doing as a software piece. So what we're doing is we are including 3 months of my crypto software, 3 months of my crypto scans, and 3 months of the mobile apps is going to be included. Now, we also have live support during and even after the boot camp. So that's what the 2022 Cryptocurrency Bootcamp is. I do it once a year. I did it, I believe it was April of last year. We had a lot of people join. I had a lot of people saying, hey, when are you going to do this again? When are you going to do this again? And also, we'll talk about things like how to open a Coinbase account if you don't have that. What brokerage firms am I using to slide into and do not only what I like to call faux cryptos, but also which brokerage firms out there are actually allowing you to trade and even hold cryptocurrency right in an equity account, right? So that's part of it. Now, I talked about software because this is how we get our trades. Our bootcamp members are going to get full access to my entire arsenal of crypto trading tools. So the crypto levels that I talked about, the darknet signals that I talked about, the currency ways I talked about, you're going to have access to all of that. All right, you're going to have access to all of that. And part of each day when we do this, Eric, I have to show people how to use the software. So I'm going to be showing you, because you're going to have your software ahead of time. And I'm going to show you how to log in. I'm going to show you where we're clicking. I'm going to walk you step by step through so we can all do this together. So that's part of it as well, right? So the software, we're giving you 3 months of that software included, so you can kind of move through with me, and you'll learn exactly how it is that we're picking these trades. I am going to go in and look at crypto stocks, and I'm going to give you my crypto stock portfolio so you can take a look and see which crypto stocks are mimicking crypto the best. So this is this 4 days is going to be, we're going to talk about, for instance, technicals on day 1. We're going to get into currency waves on day 2. We're going to get into darknet on day 3. I'm going to show you the trading apps and how you use the apps. So when you walk out of this room, when you walk out of this week with me, not only are you going to have a couple of cryptos under your belt and even crypto stocks that I'm trading personally, we're trading them together, but you're going to know exactly how it is I'm picking these things and getting the returns that we're getting. All right. Guys, this is the same tools that I used to 5X my account in the 12 months. 12 months, I 5X my account. It's the same tools we used to spot 66 winning crypto recommendations since 2020 to my subscribers, and the same tools that help us pull in 96% average gains This is average gains per crypto, all right, in just over a year. And this is in the last year you've seen we've been in a bear market. It's not easy to make money in the crypto space when you're buying in a bear market. So salute to the tools. But again, for some of you that want to do this with us, you have the ability to do that. All right. What's this going to cost? All right. So, we could put a price tag of thousands on this. I could look at my time. I don't want to look at that. What I want to tell you is this. The price, I think, is a fantastic price on its own at $4.95. But we're adding in, like I said, we're bonusing in 3 months of software. The software that I'm bonusing in for you folks, it's $199 a month. I mean, it's literally, it's $598 worth of software. And so I tell people, it's like I'm paying you to pick up 3 months of software, and you're getting this for a much less price. You're getting me for 4 days and 3 months of software. There are folks that pay for our software month after month. And by the way, if you have our software, we're adding the 3 months on. All right, so don't think you're losing anything. If you have the software, we're going to add on those 3 months for you. How do you sign up, Eric? Well, you're going to go to the link that we put on the screen for you, and you're going to come to a PayPal page. All right, that PayPal page is going to jump you straight to our PayPal account because you're going to go direct to us. All right. So even though Money Morning Live and Money Map Press think this is such a valuable piece of education for you, that they know that Tom's Trading Room, this is our educational offering. So it's straight from me to you. All right. So that way you're dealing with my group, you're dealing with my customer service, you're dealing with my traders. All right. So you're getting our direct email, you're getting our direct phone numbers to our office, you're getting our direct Skype if you happen to be coming internationally. But all you got to do is jump in. There's 2 ways to pay this. Either you go through PayPal if you have a PayPal account, or if you don't, down below login, it says pay with debit or credit card. Fill out the information and you'll see the special price that we've done just for the Money Morning Live community. So there you go, guys. Tom'sTradingRoom.com/Crypto Bootcamp MMP. It's on the screen. If you have questions, you can contact Gabe and he can answer any questions that you have. All right. So tomorrow, before I sign off, folks, tomorrow we're going to get into Bitcoin. I'm going to show you my Bitcoin levels, and we're going to talk about Bitcoin's next big catalyst. And I want to talk about that big catalyst and more tomorrow. For those of you that are part of Operation Surge Strike, join me at 1 o'clock, and we're going to go through today's trades. We got a trade that popped up today. We'll talk about it, open and close positions, and much, much more. All right, folks. Hey, have a great rest of your day. I'll see you again tomorrow. We're going to pick this up in part 2, and I'll talk to you then.